God, I love money so much, Morty.
You being sarcastic?
Merchandise, Morty. Your only purpose in life is to buy and consume merchandise, and you did it. You went into a store, an actual honest-to-God store, and you bought something. You didn't ask questions or raise ethical complaints. You just looked straight into the bleeding jaws of capitalism and said, "Yes, Daddy, please."
What's up, everyone? Sag here, and this is exactly why Jersey Devil and Cyclops had to be nerfed into the ground. This infinite gold combo just ruined the game once again. So I've actually been sitting on this one for quite some time, but today is finally the day where I get it out to you. Yes, it's been gone. You can't do this anymore. This is old news, very old news, but I still wanted to get it out there, show the history of it, you know. So Jersey Devil, before it was changed, was absolutely absurd. It could go an infinite number of times, and, you know, they thought that after they changed the infinite wolf glitch or it's not glitch, the infinite wolf combo, that everything would be fine, hunky-dory. Well, a new one sprouted up almost immediately, and that involves using alpaca, anglerfish, cyclops, and Jersey Devil. You don't necessarily need the Jersey Devil, but it helps stabilize you. Basically, the whole premise behind it is you try to lose or tie as much as you can without dying, and then make it to around turn, you know, probably 11 plus, where you'll start to see teams that have just alpaca on them. And you want to be set up in such a position where you have 2 alpacas, a level 3 Cyclops, and a level 3 Jersey Devil. And what basically can happen is if you have the 2 separate alpacas, you can purchase an anglerfish, steal an alpaca, and then, you know, the double alpacas will make the anglerfish level 2, and then the Cyclops will make it level 3. And then you can steal more alpacas to get more triggers. And of course, when you level up with your anglers that you buy, you get more anglers in the shop. And then you basically can just repeat this forever, because you also have things like oyster that you can get to level 3 super quickly. There's things like the golden beetle, which is essentially another oyster. I mean, there's so many ways to generate gold, as well as the level ups that you need to actually pull this off. So, and it was fairly easy. This was probably only like my second or third time trying it. I actually didn't do it much at all. I sort of, when it comes to things with like these infinite gold combos, you know, there's people like Flame96 who will go all out and go super hard with it, do a bunch of runs. There's people like Grounded who will literally not touch it at all. And then there's people like myself where I have to try it at least once. I want to see what it's like, you know, what all the hubbub is about. So I did it for the one time here, and that's what I want to show off. And it was honestly, like, the game that I got was kind of a low roll. You see, I'm just playing like normal. I'm mostly greeting most of the time. All I'm doing is saving as much level ups as I can for turn 7, turn 9, so I can get all the important things that I need. Unfortunately, the thing I wanted most was alpaca, and I didn't get it. So I decided to skip Jersey Devil Turkey, and I just take the double eagle, because that's essentially another level up, and I could potentially pill it for something else. We don't even have Cyclops yet. This is why I'm saying it's a low roll. Like, you could have easily got, like, you know, 2+ Cyclopses on turn 5, you know, alpacas on turn 7. I didn't even get that. We're not even close. I have no pieces of any puzzle. So that just tells you how, like, incredibly strong and consistent this was, and that's why so many people were doing it. I kind of just had to stop touching custom arena while this was going on, except for the one-off things that I really wanted to try. So we finally find our first Cyclops on turn 9. That doesn't really bode too well for us, you know, especially being at 2 life. Like, that ain't looking good. And you can see I'm just hard rolling here for more Cyclops and alpaca. Like, that's the key to everything, is we need those. So it's a little bit scary here. I still have my Lucky Cat, though. At least I'm getting gold that way. This is when Cyclops would go infinite, so you could just, you know, have an infinite number of triggers go off. That's why, like, even having 1 Cyclops was insanely strong for your team. Of course, there was other things that were super strong. Ogopogo had higher base stats. You know, I didn't have too much else, did I? I probably do. I'm just not remembering. I guess Lucky Cat had higher base stats. You know, I had all the really, really OP stuff that you would really want for this. It's actually just crazy, like, how many stats you could get off of Jersey Devil when you finally, like, got the engine going. The engine was just incredible, and it was scary. Even without, like, finding the infinite combo with, somebody else having an alpaca, you could still just, like, find oysters, get level 2 oysters, and just keep getting level 3 like that, and continuously cycling them. And of course you could use golden beetle too, so I think golden beetle just made it even more consistent. We finally get our first alpaca on turn 11, which is crazy, dude. I'm pretty sure, like, in some of Flame's runs that I watched, he got double cyclops turn 5, alpaca, turn 7, and, like, he could go absolutely crazy with it. At least, though, we have, like, hardly any wins. We don't really want to be on 1 life, but the hardly any wins is a really good sign, especially being at this turn. We will eventually find somebody with more alpacas. We do have to get set up a little bit more. We would like to have our Jersey Devil level 3, so at least, like, everything that we buy just is, like, super huge. This is what I was talking about with the oysters, though. Like, we can just find more oysters this way, keep leveling up into them, essentially what we're going to do with anglerfish when we find it. This is also why you want double alpacas, so at least, like, one is always triggering. We can easily get a level 3 Jersey Devil here, find our other alpaca. We have double angler here, but we probably could have started the infinite combo right here if they had an alpaca on their team. Unfortunately, they don't. So basically, all we have to do is keep doing what we're doing and surviving these rounds until we can find somebody with an alpaca. And it's a little bit scary. Our team is definitely on the weaker side for customs, especially during this time period, we'll say. Again, I do the oyster thing. We're able to get it stacked up. I buy a hammerhead here because I'm pretty sure I'm about to run out of gas. There just comes a point where you can't keep going, so you have to prepare for your next turn. End up buying a melon on Jersey Devil. I thought it was like, well, maybe it'll help me tie or something. Luckily, this guy isn't too strong for turn 12. Thankfully, we'll be facing some teams that are a little bit weak. Being on turn 12 with 4 wins, 1 life, that's not extremely common, or at least it wasn't during this time. I think a lot less people were going for, like, mega tie builds and just going straight for the kill with alpaca, cyclops, and whatnot. So basically, all of these teams have cyclops. You would think more of them would have alpaca, but I guess if they did, they'd probably be beating our ass cheeks in. So we're finally able to get our first level 3 alpaca on turn 13, despite having, like, level 3 cyclops. Of course, we had to use our chocolates just to get more gold, more level 3 cells. And, of course, we might as well, if we're going to get the angler, we might as well keep cycling it, because, we get free money from it. We get free level 3s. It's just all around really, really good for the Jersey Devil spam. Now, Jersey Devil only triggers 5 times, I think, or it has only 5 triggers, which means at maximum, you can only get 15/15 a summon. And, like, I suppose that's all right. It makes sense because I think in Unicorn, it wasn't really happening anyways. And in Customs, you can do absolutely heinous shit, as we're seeing right now. And then Cyclops 100% had to be changed. I mean, that is, like, no question. It's crazy because, like, Cyclops is... Oh, dude, this version of Cyclops is just always better than Alpaca. It's always better than Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl. I can't remember how it's pronounced. Like, it's just so much better than every single other EXP pet. Blobfish, Crow, you name it. Just because of its infinite triggers. Like, I still, watching this back, I still can't comprehend how they thought it was okay to have infinite triggers for Cyclops when there are pets tiers above it that do not have that. It was really fun for the time being, though, that's for sure. We're able to sneak out another win here. Somebody going probably for the no pet win. That's something that I still have yet to try. I want to try it. Where you just go level 3 bad dog and try to spawn great one with essentially nothing on board. I think that's going to be really fun, a really cool thing to try. There's so many things that I have yet to try, and there's even more content that I've yet to put out. Like, I still have the custom MOTD stuff I need to do. I have unicorn MOTD stuff I need to do. Like, I feel like I'm really far behind on a lot of stuff, and I've been playing catch up for a while. So, unfortunately, this turn, they didn't have an alpaca that we could steal either, or we could have easily started up the infinite train. I think next turn is when we do, and when that happens, I'm going to cut the commentary, just fast forward through it, throw a little background music, and let you enjoy the ride. It took a long time. It was probably like over, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes or so to just go crazy with it. But I mean, that's sort of what it takes when you're going infinite. You just go until you're finished up. And I had never had like a super great infinite run, so this was like my first time really getting it. And they finally have the alpaca, so we're ready to fucking ride, baby. Alright, so you can see there I went for the instant 100-100 behemoth, and I decided to actually sell my Jersey Devil. You can see I went for the mushrooms on behemoth, but I figured that no one would really bust through any of them, so what I would rather see is how quickly I could scale up a 5th behemoth, which that's exactly what I do. And to be honest, it's pretty damn slow compared to the Jersey Devil. I figured 4 100-100s would be able to clear me out of basically any situation. We get to see a really cool Good Dog build here. I'm so excited to try out Good Dog. I'm so behind. I have so many builds to try. It's fucking crazy. But we easily clear here, and we're going to easily clear anyone else. This build is just absolutely degenerate. It's like super hard to beat 100-100s. They would need like either a bunch of skunks or a bunch of scorpions, a bunch of peanuts in general. And I figured, you know, if anyone comes across and beats me, fucking more power to them. Not even this team. Regardless, they didn't actually have too much going for them, to be honest with you. But I think even if they did, I would have been quite okay. Even the mushrooms would have helped me survive any of that. We're coming here to turn 18. I'm able to get my last level 3 behemoth. And yeah, look at that scaling. It is oddly slow. This was the pet that didn't get nerfed out of all of this because its actual ability isn't like too crazy. It's the scaling aspect that was so incredibly powerful. But I hoped you enjoyed seeing that little blast from the past. I know I did. It was really fun to try it out. And, you know, I'm just excited to try out all the other builds. Hopefully they don't get nerfed before I get to them, though. So thank you so much for watching. Politely smack that like button's ass on your way out. And you know what? Have a wonderful day.